with the Diamondbacks, like we're kind of waiting for that to happen. They made the decision on Friday. They moved. I thought the obvious one, Naylor to Seattle, made a lot of sense. Grichuk is a little easier to move because it's you have a specific guy who can hit lefties, can play the outfield. Kansas City moved quickly on that. The bigger, higher profile players are still to be moved. And, Merrill Kelly's name gets mentioned everywhere. Any team that needs a good starting pitcher, Kelly's name is mentioned. The two New York teams in particular have been on him for a while. But there's others, in addition. Gallen, again, just because of his uncertainty, I feel like he's an upside play for somebody who maybe doesn't get Kelly or some of these other guys that are pitching better. Obviously, Lugo off the market affects the cost there for Kelly, I think, too, because now you have teams that are, now the supply is shrunk. So I think that part of it kind of is interesting for me. And then, where does Suárez end up? Because there's multiple teams that are in the hunt for that bat, could use the bat, and what does he get in return? They're really, really interesting here, and I still think are going to rule the next couple of days.
Yeah, and I think the one thing to add to that is the fact that, Arizona is not going to give any of them away. And, they can offer them the qualifying offer and get the competitive balance pick, which a lot of times is a really good player. So if you're going to trade for either Kelly or Gallen, you're gonna pay a price that is north of the competitive balance pick, right? And so, I don't know for sure if they're going to trade one or two. I think that if I had a really good pitching room, if I had a good data department and I had a really good science department and a great a room of pitching coaches, I would take a chance on Gallen. If you remember, Duke, yesterday, you and I were talking to Dana Brown, the general manager of Houston Astros, and he brought up the fact that a year ago when they traded for Yusei Kikuchi, his data room had a plan when they got him, and they changed the way he pitched. And then he dominated for them. And so Gallen kind of fits in that category for me. If I'm going to trade for Gallen, who's not been good this year, right? He just hasn't been. But I need my room to tell me how you're going to make him better, because I'm not trading for the way he is. But I remember a couple years ago him starting the All-Star game. I know what he can be. If he's healthy, which again, who knows? If he is healthy, I would think there's somebody out there that knows how to fix him. And if I'm the team that has that kind of group, if I'm a team like the Mets, or I'm a team like the Red Sox or the Yankees, the Dodgers, that I have confidence can help him, I think he could end up being a steal. Like he and Luis Robert are the two guys you look at and go, if they go to the right team, they could be a really undervalued pickup at the deadline.